Hey kids, 31 Days of Halloween continues. With a random pick. I went on Prime Video and I just uh, chose something that sounded interesting. uh, but you never know with, nowadays. This is from 2021. It's called Werewolf Castle. Sounded like it might be a good time. It's an hour and 32 minutes. It's directed and written by Charlie Steeds. Right off the bat, this is one of those situations where you just shoot in the dark and you hope for the best, and you end up finding a little gem of a movie. And this is definitely I was just compelled to watch throughout the whole movie. I think it's well written. You have a group of characters that are all well developed. There's not a bad performance in this movie, though I do want to highlight a villain. Character's name is Wolfstan, and the actor's name is Reese Conley. I think he has about 3 credits. I think he might be just directing or working with this director. This guy really steals the show when he pops up. He's what the situation is. That it's basically, Frodo, Lord of the Rings, Luke Skywalker, Star Wars type character in Thorfinn, this village boy. He's played by Peter Lofsgaard. Like I said, everybody's really good in this movie. There really is no bad performances in this thing. His village gets devastated by a group of werewolves led by Wolfstan. Wolfstan is never fully werewolfed out. He's like a half mode, or probably less than half. He's mostly fangs and strength. But they devastate the area. The nobleman who was, in charge of that village, he goes hiding. Then he sends a group of knights. Let's see. Tim Cartwright, Jay O'Connell, Greg Devon, Jake Watkins. Let's see who else. Derek Nelson. I think that's it. Those are the actors. I'm not going to get into the names, but they go out. They're sent out, and Thorfinn insists on coming, basically saying that he can be a guide. He knows the terrain. He knows where they're going. They're basically going to a castle and ask the king for help. But on the way, they know there's a shitload of werewolves, from the village on to the castle. Well, they agree. Hal Skullsplitter, played by Jay O'Connor, he's kind of unsure. He's sort of like Thorin, from the Hobbit movies. when it comes to Thorfinn. So you end up having that type of dynamic. It's basically the story of this, simple person rising up to, be the hero, essentially. So it sounds right away. It sounds very fantasy oriented, and it is. I mean, pretty much the fantasy element is the werewolves actually exist in this world. Though it does eventually, it kind of progressively gets more into horror. 31 Days of Halloween, I specify Halloween. This movie kind of does fit into the mood of the season. I mentioned the writing. I think the writing's really well done. It's extremely well shot for a movie of this level, and the way it's cut really well. I mean, the editing is just, excellent. Like I said, I just was compelled to watch. It's not really trying for scares. There's pretty decent amount of blood. I think the most horrific sequence is when late in the movie when the group comes upon this village. I'll just leave it there. Yes. Werewolf Castle, despite the silly title, or maybe even part of the charm of this movie, Werewolf Castle is a fun horror adventure film, basically. Well acted, well directed, editing. I'm a big editing type guy, but yeah, well, 31 Days of Halloween continues until tomorrow. Stay safe. Always have a good time. Bye now.